Flosstube. It's Erin, 2 Martini Stitcher, and I am back for Flosstube number 13. Woohoo! 13 is actually a lucky number for my family. I don't know why. I was just always told growing up that 13 was a lucky number for our family. My dad was born on the 13th. He grew up at 1313 Baldwin Avenue. It's just always been a lucky number. I've never seen it as an unlucky number, so Flosstube number 13, yay! It is Wednesday, August 21st. My oldest will be 18 in 2 days. That is crazy. We'll have an 18-year-old. Poof. An adult, supposedly. She can vote. And buy lottery tickets. She's very excited to buy herself some scratchers. I don't know. There's, I guess, not that many exciting things you can do at 18. We're thinking about maybe taking her to play some bingo. So there you go. Cocktail today, good old standby, gin and tonic. I've already recorded WIP Parade. WIP Parade is coming, people. I will probably upload that maybe this weekend because I want to put this one out on on Thursday like I regularly do. And so I'll probably put the WIP Parade up over the weekend. I decided to do it as a separate video because I was worried it might take a little while and I didn't want to I tend to ramble anyway, and these tend to be a little on the long side anyway. I'm so glad I did it as a separate video. It's over an hour because I did WIPs, things that I'm planning to start in the next month, as well as I showed you guys everything that I have kitted up and ready to go at any time. So how's that for fun? Yay for all of you guys. That seemed it. When I asked last week, would anybody be interested in a WIP parade? I had no idea. Y'all love the WIP parades, and it was a resounding yes. So by popular demand, that's coming. But I've already been recording for an hour. I needed a cocktail. There was no cocktail during WIP parade because it was a little early, but it took me so long to record that. It is now happy hour. Happy hour. Gin and tonic. Yay. So how was everybody's week? Did you guys all have a good week? It's been crazy around here. First of all, magical stitches. I think I'm talking a little quickly because I feel like I've already been talking forever. Magical Stitches homework last week was pretty intense because if you wanted, it was owls. I talked about it last week. If you wanted to get the highest grade and all the bonus points, it was essentially 2,000 stitches, which of course I did. So I feel like I have a lot of projects to show you guys. It was also just in general kind of a crazy week because last week we had no hot water. It took a couple attempts to get a new hot water heater, but we finally did get hot water late Friday night over the weekend. It was actually a fairly relaxed weekend. We played a lot of board game with my oldest and oldest and the youngest. The middle was working a lot this weekend. She worked a lot. She's worked a lot this past week. But on Sunday, they both had time. She wasn't working until later on Sunday, so we went out and got the girls laptops. Because that was Sarah's graduation gift, was a laptop to take with her to college. And so she'd been doing some research. She had been using, in addition to here, the school district we're in, the kids all get a netbook given to them for the duration of the year. They actually, in middle school, they get one in 6th grade and they keep that same one, not through the summer. They have to check it back in, check it back out, but they get that same laptop for all 3 years of middle school. And then in high school, they get a new one issued to them as a freshman, and they carry that with them for 4 years. However, my oldest also had a laptop that had been handed down to her from her grandma, from her Nana. And so she had a laptop at home because the school netbooks were great at school. They have a lot of, for obvious reasons, they have a lot of software on them to make sure that the kids are not connecting to anything they shouldn't be connecting to, and so that it hooks in lots of antivirus stuff so that they don't infect the whole school district with a virus because they opened up some crazy ad. So there's a lot of restrictions on what they can do with it, which is fine, except that it has sometimes trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi at the dance studio. which is where my middle daughter is a lot. And both my older daughter and my middle daughter now are doing running start. So they're dual enrolled in high school and college. So they take their high school classes at the college, and they need a laptop to do the college classes. And sometimes the high school laptop does not want to play nicely with the college system, which was fine for my oldest because she had a laptop, an older one from her Nana. The middle does not have one. And so she had made the pitch that she really needed a laptop now that she was starting Running Start. And could she get her graduation gift 2 years early? We would have said no, but the oldest kind of backed her up and said, no, I use the one from Nana all the time, but it's pretty old now. So she talked us into it. So now she's got to graduate. We're like, okay, if you don't graduate, you got to pay us back for the laptop. So we went shopping, and they both got laptops on Sunday. So between hot water heater, 2 new laptops, it was kind of a spendy week. Kind of a spendy weekend. But they're very excited, and we're getting all ready for back to school. The oldest got her move-in date for the dorm. So she moves in September 20th. University of Washington, I know that sounds super late to a lot of you that have college kids or sending kids to college. University of Washington's on quarters, so they don't finish until like the end of June. So they're just on a little different schedule. They start a little later. They get out a little later than a lot of other colleges. So she's got her move-in date, and yeah, busy getting ready. I'm ready for routine. Summer's super fun, but I'm ready for back to a routine. In my head, that means I get more stuff done around the house. I always think that. I don't always, but there's a lot of organizing and such that I would like to get done, and thinking September, October, when the kids are all back in school. Okay, so that's what's going on with us this week. Hope you guys had a good week. Got lots of stitching in. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I got done, because I have not 1, but 2 finishes. So excited. So let's see. And I cannot remember. I'm not going to remember. I'm not sure you guys care that much what I stitched on for what assignment in Magical Stitches. Just know that most of this was either Magical Stitches homework or working on trying to finish up the last couple extra credit before the end of the month. End of the month is fast approaching, and I still have a couple extra credit to do. And like I said, I want to get all the points and do all the assignments. So first up was Harry Potter book covers, which I fit into like 800 stitches. 800 of the 2,000 for homework last week went into Harry Potter book covers. And I'll show you where it is, because I did get that page finish. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw I posted a picture of the page finish in the Q-Snap, and then I had to move the Q-Snap, and so I put a picture of the whole fabric. I'll just pull it up, because I don't know, maybe not so much with editing. My oldest is like, I can show you how to do that really easy. Okay, so here was the page finish in the Q-Snap. And there is the entire piece of fabric. Now I bought a piece of fabric that was big enough, and it was actually like, there's like 5 or 6 inch margin on the top and the bottom. So I could have cut it down a little bit, but you guys can see that's 2 out of 20 pages. 2-ish, because it's not even really a full page. I worked on it a little. So that was Friday. So that happened Friday. And that finished my homework for the week. And then I kind of needed a break from it. I didn't touch it all weekend. But I'm back at it now. And I put a couple 100 more stitches in it for just my working on it every day for Full Coverage Fanatics. I finished up August. That page finish also finished my 1,200 for August. So now I'm back working on February, because I'm trying to catch up on Full Coverage Fanatics. So here's where I am now. I got 200 more stitches put in it since the page finish, and look at you guys. Color. This, look at that purple and red and blue. And actually there was some color over here too, these greens. But I don't know if you guys can see all these park threads. The last 300 stitches on that page, they were rough. They felt like a slog. I had made a mistake. I had to back up a bunch of stitches because I had like just skipped a whole like row on one of the blocks. I don't know. And there was just a lot of color changes. Like this just felt like a slog, which I think is also why I needed a break for a couple of days. But there's some greens coming in there. So excited. So now on the next page, working my way down that column. Just a reminder, this is what the whole thing looks like. It's from Fox and Teacup Designs. There's still going to be more brown. Like you guys can see, I'm right here. But as I work across the page, those further blocks, it's more brown and cream. But there'll be a little design and a broom and a unicorn. Not on this page, but eventually. So back to at least 100 stitches a day on that. I think those are just my reading glasses. So much stuff on the table, I'm pushing stuff off. So I worked on that. Also for homework, I think this was Muggle Studies. I worked on Friends collage. Where's the paper? Here it is. This is what the whole thing's gonna look like. And so I put in 200 stitches up on this cup for the central perk sign. This is gonna get some more work in it this week. For this week's homework, it's gonna get another 400 stitches. And I just love this piece. And so yay, look, Jen, April, I worked on it. This is kind of a stitch along with Jen Upton and April Farnham. Hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, April. She posts her progress on Instagram. She's ahead of me because I don't work on it as much as I should. But so there we go. So Friends collage. I love that piece. It's so fun. So fun. And I'll put all the information in the drop-down box like I always do of threads and fabric. But I also went over all of that in the WIP parade. So you can also check that out if you want to see that. So Friends. And then I worked on this, which is a finish. I should have shown those first. I don't care. We're just going to do them in order. Texture Mom! I finished it, guys. It is done. All done. I used this for a couple classes. I think I used it maybe just for herbology. I don't know. And then when I was finished with everything else for the week, when I was finished my homework for the week, I just finished this up. So yay, it's all done and I haven't washed it yet or ironed it. I'm just right on time to get that all done for Sarah to take with her for school. And I had mentioned that I was like kind of waiting to finish it until we bought all of her bedding. And one of my brilliant commenters, seriously, you guys are the best, suggested, genius, to just buy an extra sham or to use one of the shams from whatever bedding we get her to use as the backing fabric. Genius, totally doing that. So, Texture Mom, done. Yay, and I say that pattern because I'm gonna make one for the next kid. Just a little subtle reminder. All right, and then I worked on, I don't even think this was for homework. I think this was just because this I work on when I just have a little extra time. I worked on the little September yearbook. And got a little more work done on that. There it is. So I added in, I don't know if I had finished September when I showed it to you guys last week, but I finished out September and did the apple and the little books. So I now just have some farm animals, house, and border. So hopefully I'll get that done before September, but I don't know. I feel like I still have a lot of stitching to do for extra credit. We'll see. But hopefully that'll get done. Also for homework, I worked on, oh, and I don't have a picture. There's no cover picture, but I did, here we go. I worked on this one. The Welcome Everything is Fine by 1,000 Tiny X's on Etsy. That's what it looks like done. It's the sign that's in the waiting room on The Good Place, if you watch The Good Place. And so I worked on this, I think, for runes, maybe. And I finished off the W. The W was almost done, so I finished off the W, and then I'm working down here on this. I moved down to the H just because it was easy to count off of the E. So welcome with the exclamation point is all done. So now I'm just working on everything is fine. And this is just on a White Aida. It's really nice, easy stitching because it's all one color. Big blocks of color, and I'm using 702. I can't remember which green it called for, not 702, but 702 looked more to me like what the sign looks like on the show. So I'm using 702. Worked on that. And then on Saturday, it was Deborah Stitch the Stash's birthday, and she was doing a birthday start of La Di Da Witch Witch. I think Witch. And so some people were doing like a little birthday sal, like starting things on her birthday or working on la-di-da designs. But I decided to start, in celebration of her birthday, Sophia by Summer House Stitch Works, because she was working on this when we got together in New York. And I said, I have that pattern. I'm going to start it soon. And so I thought it'd be fun because she's almost done and I'm just starting. So I'm doing this on 32 count Mellow by Picture This Plus. And I had heard that Picture This Plus shrinks, like just the way they do the dye on their fabric, that it shrinks. And I've used some Picture This Plus and it's been fine. Normally on 32 count, I would use 2 strands over 2. So that's how I started. And it was just really tight. Like the holes are tiny. I love the fabric. I love the color of the fabric. It's kind of a cream, like a butter cream. It's really a butter yellow. It's super pretty, but it was just really tight. And I was worried that as I filled it in, that it was just going to be too bulky. And I like big full stitches. Like I stitch over 2 on 32, on 18 count. I like a big full fluffy stitch. But that felt really tight even to me. So I flipped the fabric around and started it with 1 strand and decided I like that better. So there's my start on Sophia, and I ended up using her for an extra credit for something found in a forest. So that's 500 stitches on Sophia. I think Deborah has 1 leaf left to do, and I have 1 leaf started. So there we go. That's my start. And I'll pick this out because it won't, I don't know. I might be able to use this little, it's not that big, but I'll pick that out at some point. Just not right now. I just wanted to flip it over and get started. And I wanted to kind of see which one I like better. And color me shocked because I did not think I would like the coverage of 1 strand, but it's pretty tiny. Lynn Jo from Pretty Southern, she messaged me and she's like, get out your ruler, I bet, and find out how many stitches that is. Because I think she said that like their 36 sometimes comes out to like a 42 count. I haven't measured it yet, but I would say it's at least 38. Like it's tight. But I love the fabric and I like the coverage with 1 strand, and that's going to be so pretty. I love those colors. So that was that. Also on Saturday, the first part of this Stiachalong pattern dropped. And I'm in, guys. I'm in a team. I know I linked all of the information to that below last week. I'll put it in the comment box again this week because it's free. It's a pay what you want. And what I had heard a couple people say was they kind of like wait till the end and then they pay what like they feel like they would pay for the pattern. So I will pay for it at some point, but I'm kind of waiting to see as it goes along. But here is the first part of the Stitche along. Blends and quarter stitches like you would not believe. So this is on a 14 count White Aida because they really recommended a white, off-white, like neutral color. They said for it to look correct. And I just had this in my stash. And so I thought, since I don't really know what it is, I'm not gonna like go crazy with fabric. And with the 14 count, I can do the quarter stitches. Like anything smaller, like 16 or 18, and they recommended not going any smaller of a size than 18 or than 16 because the detail wouldn't be right because there's going to be a lot of back stitching. I think they said like week 10 is all back stitch. There it is. No idea what it's going to be. It's kind of crazy because it's clearly like not even like chunks of the pattern. It's just like random bits. There's already a guess out there, like a pretty serious guess on what it is. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who's stitching along and doesn't want to see any guesses, but we'll see. My plan is to keep on top of this. Like I had this done by Sunday afternoon. Patterns come out on Saturday night. So, this wasn't too bad. It wasn't that much. If it stays like not being that much, I'll be able to, I plan, because it's like a team, you can join a team, and I plan to stay on top of it. That's like really seriously, I plan to stay on top of it. Fingers crossed. So stitch along, and then I had another finish. Actually, the finish wasn't until Monday, but I started working on this on Sunday. And I started working on it for an extra credit of something with glass or spheres. And so I'm stitching on projects with beads. So I worked on my little Treasure Diamond Mill Hill kit Christmas ornament. This was one of my July starts, Christmas and July stitching starts. And something's caught. I got it all done. Yay! I like beading, guys. It's kind of fun. And I used my, Jen Upton had sent this to me, this little beadsmith, little tacky, works like a charm. Love that. Love, love, love. That worked great. And I have to say, I mean, this didn't take very long. I really love it. You guys see all the little beads? There's little green ones. There's big red ones, the date. But you finish it, the finishing, I feel like it might take longer to fully finish this than it took to stitch it because there's like beaded tassels because there's still a lot more beads in here, like a lot. And I know they give you lots extra, but I'll show you all the extra beads. I mean, not really extra because you do a beaded. So you do a beaded tassel and the hanger is all beaded. So... And it looks like you do that as you put it together. Like you do this, you iron, you stuff, you do tassels. I don't know. I have faith that maybe following the instructions I can do it, but it seems like fully finishing that might take as long as it took to stitch it. But that's another finish. Yay! Finishes! This week's homework. Can't remember what it is. Already done some of it. Oh, you had to work on WIP number 11 in your album for the 11 Death Eaters that were defeated at the Department of Mysteries. So, Text Your Mom was like WIP number 6 on my WIP album, so it's done. So everything bumped up. That's the way it worked. So this was number 12, which then became number 11 because Text Your Mom was a finish. Does that make sense? Barely makes sense to me. But so number 11 in my WIP album was a new start. It was something that I had kitted up and in my WIP album, but I hadn't started yet. Arranging Vegetables by Ink Circles. Yay! I don't know why I hadn't started that. This was seriously one of the very first things that I bought, like paper pattern, kitted up, fancy floss. Like I bought this probably in like March. Maybe from 123 Stitch, because I bought the Easy Grid fabric for Harry Potter book covers people had said, oh, you can get like those big cuts of Easy Grid at 1-2-3-Stitch. That was my introduction to 1-2-3-Stitch. This was a purchase very soon after, and I used the little clicky button of like, yes, send me all the flosses. I think I was thinking I would do it in Aida when I bought it, but I bought the pattern with all the called for floss. So I'm stitching it with all the called for floss, and I started it on this, which is 28 count, kind of mystery linen. It's kind of mystery linen. A friend gave it to me when I started like posting that I was back into cross stitch. Then what happens is people just give you stuff like, oh, you cross stitch. I have this. I was cleaning out my craft closet. I don't use it. Never going to use it. My grandmother, this was my grandmother's. So this was one of those things that someone just gave me. It looks like it came from Michael's or Joann's because it was in a tube that said it was Charles Craft. Was the brand it was sold under, which I think you can still buy. But the tag on it says 28 count even weave Irish linen tea dye. That's what it says. It's definitely linen because there's slubs in it. Like it's not like an even weave. Like it's not a Lugana. It's clearly a linen. So this is my start. So this was 300 stitches on arranging vegetables. Cute pattern, guys. I really like it. This is a whole series. If you guys, I'm sure you've all seen it. There's like arranging the KitchenAids, arranging the sewing room. I love them all. I went to stitch them all at some point. I just thought this would be really cute in my kitchen. So I got arranging vegetables first. But this linen is really like, you can see it's really see-through. Like it's kind of a loose, like a looser weave. Like the holes are pretty big. I know I hear people talk about Weeks Dye Works linen, which I've never used. And I've heard people say, oh, I don't know what they use as a base. It's not Zweigert, but it's really kind of loose. I feel like maybe this is what they're using, guys. Maybe they're using this Charles Craft Irish linen. So it's fine. It's fine and lovely to stitch on. I think it's going to look really nice. I kind of actually like the look of it because it looks kind of like kitchen-y, flour sacky, not flour sack, burlappy. I don't know. It looks like a natural kitchen material to me for some reason, but I have to be a little more careful, I feel like, about my back and not carrying threads because you'll see through. So, because that's doubled up. But, so that's it. So that was long-winded for 300 stitch start on arranging vegetables. New WIP in the WIP parade. Okay. And I finished Treasure Diamonds that day. Oh, and I've been taking this week. My middle daughter has all of her choreography for her dance team. So this week she's learning, her and her team are learning all their dances for the season. And so I've been driving her down to the dance studio, and sometimes she's just down there for like 3 hours. The studio's an hour away. So I'll just stay down there, maybe run an errand, plot myself at like a Starbucks or Panera and do some stitching. So I'm working on another extra credit. Like really, I'm trying to get all this extra credit done, which is work on something Christmas themed. And I'm working on Silver Creek Samplers, my Christmas list. So I haven't worked on this in a little while. And I haven't gotten that far on it because it's just little bits here and there. I want to say this is only, I'm not even sure why I'm showing you this progress, but it's a little bit and you haven't seen it for a while. So this is where I'm at with it. I started the turkey. I finished up the car. I had a little bit left on the wheels to do. I started the turkey and I put in some of the snowflakes. And I decided this week, and one of the errands I ran was to find at Joann's. I decided to do the snowflakes. They're charted for B5200, which is what like this white is. And I decided to do them in the DMC at 12 with a little bit of shimmer to do all the snow because there's snowflakes kind of all over it. And I'll probably also use it for maybe like Santa's hat, like the fuzz on his hat. This angel has wings. They'd be kind of fun, sparkly. So the white Etoile, it's not as bright as 5200, and it's just really not showing up. It's a very dark gray, cloudy day today. So I brought down my light, but I don't think you're going to be able to see the shiny. Trust me, they show up in person just fine, and you can see the sparkle. So that's what I've been working on. That's going to get some more work because it needs 500 stitches. I think I only have put 130 in. So hopefully next week there'll be even more progress on it. And I like that Etoile is easy to stitch with. Like, it's not a pain in the tuchus at all to stitch with. So I like it. Happy with that choice. And then the other homework I've done so far this week is the second task was 300 stitches in anything not pink. So you could stitch anything you wanted as long as it was not pink. And so I chose, because I thought it might get me a finish. It's so close, guys. I chose to work on Laundry Company, Loads of Fun by Hands On Design. So this is the one I'm working on. I have all 3 of them. And so close. You guys, when I finish homework and hopefully some extra credit this week, I'm just going to finish this puppy. Because look how close I am. 300 stitches. It's super wrinkly. Oof. See, laundry needs to be ironed. So there we go. So for the homework, I finished off this laundry basket, put in this laundry basket, and the words to the laundry coat. So that's it. All that's left is there's a little swirly border down here and then some back stitching to underline the words, and it is done. So hopefully that's a finish to show you guys next week, and depending on when I get it done and how much time I have, I'm hoping to FFO it, because I think I have all the stuff to FFO it the way I want. And then I will start one of the next 2. Ugh, guys, so much to stitch, so little time. Okay, so that's it. That's all my finishes and whips. Yay! That wasn't too bad. I worked on a lot of stuff. I felt like a lot of stuff. So, other news, shout outs. Oh, I want to do some shout outs because I watched a lot of Flosstube. And, you know, I love to shout out other Flosstubers. And I watched some great ones this week. First, Stitching with the Waves. Oh, I can't remember her actual name. Sorry. Stitching with the Waves. I'll link her below. Super fun. She does amazing, like, tiny little petty point stitching. And she just has some really cool finishes and has even done some stuff on silk gauze. Check her out. Really, really fun to watch, sweet, and does some amazing stitching that I could not do. So check her out. Also, Annie, the Joy-Filled Stitcher. I just adore her. You should all be watching her. She's super fun. She totally is joy-filled, is very into magical stitches as well. I really enjoy watching her. Check her out. And the last one I wanted to shout out, because I can't believe I haven't already, is Creatively Yours. And she is in, I believe, the Netherlands, and has some great projects, is great sense of humor. Really enjoy watching her. And in this week's video, she said that she's joining Leslie and I on Playing with Jax. So this is going to be next week. Next week, this stitch along starts. So we're going to be stitching starting on the 28th, Playing with Jax. I know I told you guys all about this last week. I'll put all the information again below. Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock is running a discount for us if you want to join and need any of the supplies. Chart, fabric, floss, any of it. Call them up. They will kit it up for you with whatever fabric you want. They'll give you a lovely discount and you can play along with us. Yay. So the hashtag is going to be Play Jax SAL. We're starting on the 28th. I am going to be stitching this on, what's in here? I'm going to be stitching it on this. It's a 32 count Belfast in Valor, this fun green. And this middle pumpkin, there's an alternate pumpkin that you can stitch that the Cricut collection gives you that is not a jack-o'-lantern. So it's more fall rather than Halloween. And I remembered to save, I took a screenshot of it. There is a blogger called the Copper Fox, and I'll link her blog below where she shows her finish using the forest pumpkin, because this is the only picture I could find of it. So there it is. It's got leaves on it. You can see it's got leaves. And she actually did change the pattern up a little bit and did all acorns along the bottom instead of leaves. And because you can see on the actual pattern, it alternates leaves. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of light. Leaves and acorns. And she switched them to all acorns. She actually did a little bit of a conversion of floss here too. I'm using all the called for, but I'm going to do the alternate forest pumpkin. It's called the forest pumpkin, and I'll link the alternate pattern below because it's a freebie on their website. And I think I'm going to do all the acorns too, because you know I love acorns. So that starts next week, the 28th. So come play along with us because we have people playing along. And I love a good stitch along, all the stitch alongs, even if I don't keep up. And no pressure. If you can't start on the 28th, start whenever you want. We're starting on the 28th. You know I am not prone to fast finishes. So you got time. You got time to get started and stitch along with us. So that's that one. Did I also bring over? I did not. On the 30th, in other plans, on the 30th, we're going to be starting Game of Swans for the Long Dog Sampler Stitch Along with Caroline Zook of Zook Stitch. So if you've got a long dog sitting around, join us on the long dog too. Join all the styles, start all the things. Anyway, so those are some fun floss tubers to check out. Some fun stitch alongs. Like, I just think it's fun to see people stitching on the same thing as I'm stitching on and see how we're doing it differently and how everybody's looks, because they always all look beautiful, but different with different fabric choices. Love it. That's all I got to say about that. Haul. I have a little bit. I said this last week too. I don't think I have that much, and then I did. And Deborah Stitches Stash was like, yeah, that's how it goes. You think you don't have a lot, and then you do. So, but I really didn't get a ton in the mail. Oh, before I get to haul, I did get some Stitchy Kindness in the mail this week from April, who is stitching along the Friends with me. She sent this pretty card, and you guys, I just about died. I hit the floor. She had messaged me and said she had a little something to send me and could she get my address, and I thought, well, that's really sweet. And you know, even a card, like if you send a card and are like, I enjoy watching your videos, like that is, I am floored by how many people watch these and comment. But I love this community so much. I love being able to like send little random acts of kindness where I can and give back to the community. But this seriously floored me, guys. I opened up this package. I about died. Check out what she sent me. She made me a project bag, but no. It's martinis. Look at this fabric. It says dessert martini. There's one with olives. There's shakers. I think these are little pearl onions, which I do not approve of in a martini, but, and then the inside fabric is this like polka dot, like this is so my color, and green olive fabric. Look at that. She made this. And not just that. She made a little notions bag with, look at that. This is so much talent, guys. I don't think I could. The vinyl front and little matching. Oh, I took the stuff out of it because I had already stuffed like all my little like needles and spoolie things and thread things that are all kind of like just randomly on my little side table on my stitchy spot, and put them in here. So cute. So April, thank you, thank you, thank you. And my kids about died. They were like, did you just get fan mail? Like, they just can't even, they just think this whole thing is completely hysterical. And so, but seriously, I was just dead on the floor. It's so gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to put a project in it. I got another project bag this week. This one I paid for. I joined the So Much to Love Project Bag of the Month because I couldn't take it anymore. I love her project bags, and seeing Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching get one every month, I was like, I have to have it. So I signed up. I think I signed up in July, but they had already gone out, so I got on for August. Pam and Steph said on their video this week that it's closed for the year, but it'll open in October for next year. So I don't know if she just like filled up all of her spots and closed it, in which case I got under the wire and yay. I don't know if you have to re-sign up in October. I'm gonna have to find that out, because 1 month in and I am hooked. I am hooked, because you don't just get the project bag, there's all these little goodies. So she sent in there some lemon ginger tea. I love tea. I usually drink it in the fall, but it's pretty cold and rainy today, so maybe some tea tonight. And then there's always, I hear some other little goodies in the bag, and already I am totally spoiled. Because, and they kind of all go with the theme. So this month there is an exclusive pattern from Summer House Stitchworks, who I love. You've seen I have some of their patterns. Be happy. And I'm not really like a big, like, you have not seen like a whole, I know bees are a thing and lots of people stitch bees. I'm not normally into the bees, but how pretty is that blue and the flower and the finish on it? Gorgeous. I love it. And I might even just leave off the other E and just be like, be happy. Just be happy. There's cute little bees, but they're not that big. Anyway, so that's super pretty. Love that. And then it also came with a little needle minder. Be mine. And this is from, oh, it says So Much Love. I can't remember who made it. It said in the letter. I'll link them below, because I know that I have that information of who made the needle minder, but that's so cute. Be mine. And then there is the bag. Oh! And as I said, I'm not a huge bee person, but oh, that blue. And I love this fabric up here that says, it's like words of affirmation. So even down here, it says, be joyful, be honest. This says, be positive, be respectful. Love, love, love that. And then her signature little felt heart. Her bags are just so well made. I love them. Love them. So that was first part of haul. I also had a couple other things come in. I got some stuff off of Stash Unload. Not a lot, but this has been on my wish list, and then somebody put it up on Stash Unload for a really good price, so I couldn't resist it. The Cricut Collection. What's it called? Acorn Autumn. Love that. Yes, an alphabet. I will stitch the alphabet, but I love the big old acorn. And then they also had a couple Lizzie Kates. So I grabbed those too, because, you know, I can't resist the little Lizzie Kate. So there's a little fall one and a little Dear Santa, we've got cookies. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. So those came in the mail. I also got, I know last week I had talked about, I had bought this fabric. This is part of haul from last week. This fabric for Merry and Bright from Ship's Manor. All of the flosses, ooh, crinkle, 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 sorry, that I ordered from Ship's Manor came in for that pattern. Can't wait to start that. Because here are all of, here's the floss pack. Oh, dead. So pretty. I mean, this one, check out these two. Lose Lolly and Yuletide Treasure. How, like the color change on those. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so those came in. So now I'm all ready to start Merry and Bright whenever I want. Pattern for that. So excited. What else is in here? Oh, so last week I showed you guys that I had gotten some Blackbird design patterns and from Trish at Threads Entwined that were reprints, have been out of print, were reprinted. And Deborah from Stitch Stash so helpfully said, oh, I saw that 123 Stitch had some as well, maybe some different ones. So of course, then I had to trot over and look. And I don't think that these are actually discontinued. I actually ordered more than this. This is what has come in. The rest are kind of back ordered a little bit and they'll be in later. But while I was looking through all their Blackbird, I thought some of them have been on my wish list. I know these things go out of print. Maybe I should just pick up the ones that I would be really, really sad if I couldn't get my hands on. So these, I picked up a few of, I ended up choosing 4 of the Garden Club series. 3 of them came, I still have one more. I don't want to do, I think there's 12. Not going to do all 12, but there were 4 of them that I really, really loved, and I thought maybe I could do them as a 4 panel, maybe, we'll see. So I got Basket of Cherries. I love that we have a cherry tree. Washington's kind of known for cherries. Climbing the Trellis. I don't know why, I just love these weird looking flowers. And it shows them maybe done as pincushions. So I might do that, or I might do them together. We'll see. And then Apple Orchard, because we also have apple trees. So those 3 came in. There's more coming. Thank you, Deborah. See, we just enable each other. And then the last thing, that would really be it, except that I've been killing time this week at the studio, as I said, and I went to go to Joann's to get that étoile thread. The Joann's by my house, like closest to my house, has them. They have all of them. They have the tin. I just assumed all the Joann's do. I went to the one in Kent by my daughter's dance studio. They didn't have them. It's a smaller one. So then I went to the next closest one further north. They didn't have it. So then I went to the big one down south. They did. I had time to kill anyway, so I was running all over town going to Joann's. I got the étoile that I showed you, but then I kind of got sucked into getting some magazines. I don't have a subscription to any magazine, but I did have like a rewards coupon for Joann's, and so I picked up a few magazines. Honestly, I'm kind of a sucker for the little kits. So I just got ones that it looked like they maybe had some fun patterns, and I liked the little kits. One of them came with a little needle book kit, because I really want to make myself a needle book. I actually might stitch something different, but it comes with like all the felt and instructions. Like I couldn't figure that out, but right now my needles are just in the packages. The packages are lying around. I kind of want to make a little needle book. This one came with a little scissor keep. That's cute. I might do a little different colorway, but I don't know. This one I haven't even opened, but it came with a bunch of seasonal wreaths. These might be giveaways. Who knows? I haven't even opened this one yet. So I got this World of Cross Stitching. Haven't even opened that one yet. Some of them I opened and flipped through. I got this World of Cross Stitching. I don't know. They have some fun things. Look at this bike. Look how pretty that bike is. That's cute. And then I got this cross stitcher. Look at this one with all the little succulents. So I've been having fun just flipping through these because I don't have a magazine subscription. Never bought one before. Don't know that I'm going to buy a lot of them, but I did this week. No. So there you go. Do you guys have a favorite magazine? Ooh, that will be the question for the giveaway. First, let's give away last week's giveaway. How about we do that first? Who's texting me? My husband. Okay. Let's do giveaway. Let me pull up a random generator. So last week's giveaway was for this pattern, Cats, 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 by Nancy Rossi, Cooler Design Studio, distributed by Janlin. So this was the giveaway for last week. And I had 11 people tell me they wanted to stitch the cats. So let's say, so there's 1 to 12. Put that in. 5 must be what was last, I don't know. And we're going to generate, oh, number 1, Francis Tuck. Yay! Francis Tuck, you win. You win that. So send me your address, and all my contact info is below, and I will get that in the mail to you. Yay! Seriously, guys, I go around places looking for stuff to give away. I do, because I love it. I just think it's fun. So this week I'm giving away a little Lizzie cake, because you guys know I love these, and I know you guys have all seen them. But I actually bought this twice. Because obviously I want to stitch it, because it says, whine a bit, you'll feel better. What could be more perfect? So there's no charm on it, and so there's no charm in it. It's just for the little Lizzie Kate charm. Whine a bit, you'll feel better. It shows it made into like a little wine bag. That's cute. I don't know. That seems like a lot of sewing. But for a gift, like you could even make that into a little tag. That'd be like awesome for a little hostess gift. Take it on a bottle of wine. Maybe, you know, come like Christmas time when you are going to Christmas parties or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. So this week, if you want the whine a bit, you'll feel better. Or if you just want to chit chat with me and tell me about your magazine experience. Do you subscribe to a magazine? If you do, which one do you like? Do you get a hard copy? Do you just get digital? Are you not a magazine person? Tell me all your cross-stitch magazine thoughts. Because I'm going to be perusing through these, and I know Michelle Benby does, like, some of her giveaways are magazine charts. And there's some cute stuff in here, guys. Not gonna lie. There's some cute stuff in here. I mean, look at this whole little summer sampler. Look how cute that is. I don't know. So let me know what magazines you like, if you think that they're worth the subscription price, if you like just getting a digital copy, because I know that's a thing for some of them, not all of them. Some of them are maybe only digital. Tell me your magazine thoughts. Or if you don't want to tell me your magazine thoughts, just tell me you want to stitch the wine. That's fine too. If you don't want to talk about magazines, but you just want to be entered to win the chart. But I'd love to hear your magazine thoughts now that I have been suckered into buying a couple magazines. So that's it. That's all I've got for you guys this week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you just stumbled in here, I hope you had fun and want to subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love hanging out with you guys every week. And I'll talk to you later. Cheers.